go. Hey guys, what is up? I'm Zombie Games, he's Big King Kill,
What's up?
and welcome back to another tale. We are your Undead parent. Today we are going to be reacting to the next death battle, Killua versus
Misaka or
Mi-
Mikasuka. We'll have to hear how they say
Misaka.
it. But basically, it's Hunter x Hunter versus a certain magical index. Haven't heard of the second one. Although I have heard of Hunter x Hunter, but I've never watched it.
I've heard of both. I haven't.
Yeah, if you guys have watched our channel, watched our shit for a while, you guys would know that, my pal over here has a consistent reputation for calling it mid-X mid. Which, nothing against that. You can call it however you want, but he just doesn't like Hunter x Hunter.
Because from what I've seen from it so far, it is mid, it's been on hiatus, there's a bunch of shit, and the manga, the guy who made the manga, also made Yu Yu Hakusho, which I have seen all of, which is fire. That was cool. Yusuke is a sick-ass character and shit. That anime is good. But Hunter x Hunter, the only cool character realistically in it is kind of Killua.
But I don't even know what Killua is all about other than that has some lightning, and I saw him face off against Sasuke in the DBX, which he won, which I find bullshit, but whatever.
No, that's bullshit because Sasuke would literally clap his cheeks. But,
okay, well, to be fair, the version of Sasuke they were using was the kid version before he went out for the Orochimaru, but even then, they gave him the curse mark, even then with all that, I think he would have enough power to defeat Killua, but they decided not to, which I find bullshit. But anyways, though, besides Killua, we also got the Misaka, which I've talked to a couple of my friends who have watched it, and they said that it is really good, but none of them have seen Hunter x Hunter, so they don't know how this would turn out. But they do say that Misaka has apparently a very, very interesting skill set that might counteract, or not counteract, but might outdo Killua's abilities.
Because all I know about Killua is he has access to their power system called Nen.
Plus, also, when it comes down to it, this death battle has probably already been determined. Why? Because literally, if you go back to the last death battle episode, legit, if you go down, you'll see at some point a comment that says "rip" in the chat for Killua. Legit, it's just rip for Killua. So I think it's pretty safe to say who's gonna win this death battle. Because that's the sucky thing about, like, these stomps, is that the second you hear or look at the comments section and you see, like, a multitude of people saying rip to one person, it's probably going to happen. I mean, that's how it happened to Homelander. But anyways, though, without further ado, are you at 9 seconds? Then let us commence.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Killua Zoldyck,
Hunter
x Hunter's prodigious lightning assassin.
Misaka Makoto, Academy City's ace electric princess.
Question: what is more terrifying than the all-powerful crackling might of lightning?
Lightning in the hands of cocky, hyper-talented teenagers. Oh, the worst combination. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. The Zoldicks, a vicious family of assassins known the world over. So infamous for their killing techniques, a single photo of any member sells for millions.
You don't want to be the target of their next family outing. But like all families, there's bound to be a rebel.
As was the case with the middle child, Killua.
They seriously named him Kill? Hardcore.
Well, it might be a pun on the term kilowatt, but kill is apt, given he's been trained in past tensing people since he was 3.
I'll say, at age 14, he was strong enough to open a 64-ton door. Jeez, what kind of workout did his family put him through? Somehow, it gave him 6 skater skills, extendable claws, and rhythm echo, a technique that lets him fool people's senses with just his feet.
More accurately, by manipulating the cadence of his footsteps, Killua can create an auditory illusion.
What the fuck? I'm so confused.
Capable of tricking even extrasensory abilities.
I've never been more confused
was a heck of a
in a
prodigy,
death battle
but
fucking
despite being
analysis.
able to effortlessly rip out hearts, his family still thought he wasn't cold-blooded enough.
Fed up, he ran away. Not to the circus, but to the Hunter Association. An association of people who hunt stuff. There, he tested himself in the hunter's exam and inevitably had gone head over heels for his new friend, Gon. Get it?
Oh, God, Wiz, are you still taking those waste-of-time improv classes?
Yes, and I think it's going pretty well.
Killua's family didn't like him making friends, so they sat him down and then calmly and politely tortured him mercilessly as punishment. It was only thanks to Gon that Killua finally convinced his old man to let him go out on adventures with his buddies.
But this change of heart was no act of compassion. Killua's father saw his freedom as just another step in molding him into a better killer. And in some ways, he was right. Through his adventures, Killua learned Nen, an invisible life force that...
Yeah, it's key. It's always key.
Actually, this one's a bit more complicated. You see, Nen is utilized through 4 main principles. 10 for containing your aura while defending from physical and mental attacks, Zetsu for relieving fatigue and masking your presence, Ren for bolstering strength and influencing emotions,
That's pretty standard so far.
and Hatsu, the unique way in which one's Nen is expressed. This comes in many forms, but all fall into one of 6 types, which represent how proficient a
sounds like
Nen
chakra
user
to
is
me.
at certain techniques.
So, it's an RPG class system?
More like a hybrid class system, because most users actually fall somewhere between 2 categories, giving them differing degrees of proficiency. Techniques from these Nen categories can be further enhanced by adding
so
rules
confused.
to their use. Oh, then there are the advanced principles, which...
Oh, God, okay, I get it.
But we haven't even talked about Killua's Hatsu
Okay,
yet.
shut up.
Killua is a transmuter enhancer, i.e. he specializes in transmuting his aura into different forms and enhancing the power of himself and others. He uses his aura to...
He makes lightning!
Okay, thank you.
Yes, in Killua's hand, lightning becomes a deadly weapon that he can fire down as a bolt, channel through his arms, or send through metal objects.
Like his super alloy yo-yos. These bad boys weigh up to 50 kilograms. See, that's how you make a pun, Wiz. Packing enough force to shatter
Hey, yo-yos
trees
can be
like
deadly
I just
weapons.
shattered
Remember Marcus
Wiz's
Holloway?
confidence.
Add in Killua's lightning, and he can electrify
No, I
anyone
know.
who touches them.
And this isn't
No, I'm just
some
saying for people who
magic-y,
say we kill
smagic-y lightning.
fucking yo-yos are
His bolts have been
useless. Look up
identified
Marcus
as the
Holloway
real deal
from
more than once.
fucking...
Meaning,
I mean,
Killua
Watch
is
Dogs
certainly
too.
as fast as
I mean, they
actual
also
lightning,
use it in some
especially
armies in
when he
real life
uses it
that
on
use
himself
yo-yos.
to bust
Exactly.
out God's speed.
as weapons.
A form
Knock
that
people
greatly
out.
amplifies his agility and power, letting him bypass his synapses to reflexively react to threats.
For regular folk, that much voltage would be too much.
Okay,
But
regular.
thanks to Killua's
Well,
training,
obviously,
he can shrug off over
when it comes
a
down to
million
it,
volts of
is she
electricity.
gonna be faster?
He's also
than
exceptionally
the
crafty.
smoke?
In a Nen fight,
I
every
don't
move
know.
matters, and
I think
strategy
that's all that
almost
matters
always
at this
triumphs, even against greater strength.
Killua used these powers to battle world-renowned thieves, bomber mercenaries, and ants.
That may not sound like much, but these chimera ants were brutal, murdering and eating people by the hundreds of thousands, then threatening billions. That reminds me of an old experiment. Gone horribly wrong.
Killua understandably wanted to bail, but Gon pulled him back in, much to his frustration.
Killua wanted to be there for Gon emotionally, but could not comprehend why he was risking so much against the chimera ants, going as far as becoming a monster.
In other words, Killua was crushing really hard, but didn't know
So,
what to do
yeah.
about Gon's simple-minded impulsiveness. It didn't end well for anyone.
It wasn't all doom and gloom, though. Killua held his own against some of the chimera ants' best, surviving this forest-consuming blast from one of their captains.
Which, judging by its size, was worth several kilotons.
And he later injured a top-ranking royal guard, Yuppie.
Sure, he ran for the hills the moment Godspeed wore off, and isn't as strong as the weird horseman, but even just damaging someone who can make a crater like this is nothing to sniff at.
But amidst all the fighting, Killua still could not get his family out of his mind. Literally.
As in, his brother, Illumi, put a needle in his head, forcing him to be controlled by self-preservation, ensuring he'd always run when victory isn't guaranteed. Wiz, you think you can call CPS for that?
Thankfully, after some much-needed self-surgery and self-reflection, Killua removed it, overcoming his
Okay, I
mental
was about to
barrier
say,
and ready
does that
to
mean
risk
he's
his
gonna try to
life
run
for
away
those
if he
he
fucking tries to
cherishes.
lose?
Which he did when he finally got himself and his dear sister Aluka away from their demented family. He even brought Gon back from the brink of his creepy Nen coma.
But despite how valuable Gon was as a friend, Killua realized his unhealthy dependence on him.
So he decided to travel with and protect Aluka, finally realizing what he wants to do for the rest of his life. Oh God, the tearful romantic parting.
Still, if Gon or Aluka ever need help, Killua is sure to come running.
Ready to Killua anyone dumb enough to mess with him or those he cares about.
This episode is sponsored by...
I don't know. I'm more confused at how they tried to explain the power system, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bet if I watch it, it'll probably be much more better explained, but... Oh my god, that was a mouthful that fucking...
No, it is not much better explained. Trust me. From what I've seen, they try to explain it.
But they don't.
No. Like every other power system I've ever seen is simple. Cursed energy, very simple. Chakra, very simple. Haki, very simple. Ryatsu, very simple. Ki, the most simplistic one of them all. You have life energy, you suck it in, and you get super strong.
I mean, stands were pretty weird, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, stands are weird, but at least they're simplistically explained.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Get it. Just saying.
Ah. Whatever. At 7:55.
I'm there.
Okay. Let's see what this girl has got. So, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Academy City, a sprawling metropolis filled with schools where espers train to master their supernatural abilities.
Most of these youngins dream of rivaling the best espers, but only a few are hardworking and smart enough to do it.
Among them being Tokiwadai Middle School's Level 5 Electro Master, Misaka Mikoto.
Level 5? So
Misaka.
she's a Pokemon, but an anime girl.
Each esper's power and utility is ranked, with Level 5 being the highest they can normally achieve.
And after working up to that level, Misaka became unstoppable. She can magnetize herself to metal, electrically enhance her physique, sense her surroundings through an electromagnetic radar, and generate billions of volts.
In addition, she can make iron sand from disparate particles in the air to form tornadoes, body decoys, or a sword that vibrates at rapid speeds for enhanced cutting power.
Just what an anime girl needs, a chainsaw. Man, if she gets serious, Misaka can even make a friggin' 6 million ton kaiju out of it.
With such tremendous power, Misaka put an end to
shit.
many crimes.
Yeah, how the
having
fuck is
fear
Killua gonna
among
fight that?
criminals, admiration among her peers, and lots of personal pride in her abilities. There was nothing she couldn't overcome.
Nothing except the bane of all tsunderes, a frizzy-haired, dumbass anime protagonist.
Enter Kamijo Toma, a level 0
she's not even the main
robot
character of
Misaka
this?
could not harm, no matter how many times she
I mean,
tried.
Killua was not
Oh,
even the main
yeah, but
character.
her
Fucking
secret
right.
Well, I know, but I
able
thought
to
this was
work
gonna
out.
be a main
Yeah, shut
character
up.
versus a side
But
character,
she'd
not
have
gonna lie.
more than a dork like Toma to worry about. As amazing as Academy City is, it's more corrupt than New York real estate. Years ago, Misaka gave some shady scientists a sample of her DNA, being promised it'd help cure tons of fatal diseases.
Instead, they made tens of thousands of clones of her, sending them all to be slaughtered one by one.
Specifically against another level 5 and A-tier edgelord named Accelerator. By farming all these clones, they hoped he would finally get enough EXP to become a mythic level 6. Is that seriously all it takes?
Wait, what?
How does
What
this
is this,
Esper
Sword Art
stuff
Online?
work?
Glad you asked. Espers represent the scientific side of the world, a side I'm so familiar with. All Espers possess an involuntary movement
guess,
or
I don't know.
AIM diffusion field that manifests their power, letting them consciously alter reality.
Changing reality with your mind. Isn't that just magic?
Au contraire, Boomstick, it's quite scientific. Look at Misaka's signature move, the railgun. Many real-life railguns use a set of parallel conductors to generate Lorentz force. By envisioning imaginary rails between herself and her target, Misaka can create a similar yet greater effect, accelerating the speed and kinetic force of a projectile, usually a coin, into a concussive bullet.
Coin?
It's beautiful. It's science.
How long are you gonna be nerding out over this?
Come on, this is like my one thing. Where was I? Oh yeah, thousands of dead clones. Traumatized by the endless slaughter, Misaka felt enormous guilt. You see it all the time with horrific experiments.
Sure, buddy.
She worked for days to end the clone project, but concluded it would have to end with her sacrifice.
But Toma butted in, giving Misaka the support she needed in her darkest hour, while also punching out Albino Magneto with his Esper-proof fist.
Misaka had shouldered her burden for so long that she forgot how to rely on others. This wake-up call from her newfound crush was exactly what she needed.
But even with Accelerator decelerated, Misaka kept fighting Academy City's underbelly, all to protect her friends and free her sister clones she befriended. She dealt with a lot of trouble on the way, but had the power to do it.
In her battle with a killer cyborg lady, Misaka conjured a city-spanning storm, which, by measuring the size of the cloud relative to the city, would require over 58 kilotons of energy to make.
I don't know, man.
She's also fought other level 5s, not just Accelerator.
Solo
she got into a middle school beef with a snobby telepath, fought this explosive weirdo,
at Mach
and dodged
473
particle beams from an unhinged Karen.
The electrons of which can accelerate to high relativistic
How the
speed.
fuck is Killua supposed to fight
no
that?
shock. Misaka's reactions are that fast,
How?
given her lightning has been stated to be light speed on 5 different occasions.
More than
5?
just her powers,
Wow.
though, Misaka's greatest asset is her intellect.
It might not look it, but high-level espers constantly perform tons of nerd math just to make their powers work.
And understanding other powers has been just as vital to Misaka's survival. Take her bout with the magic Valkyrie, Brunhild.
Remember when Wiz said espers were the science side of the world? Well, these weirdos are packing the magic. A single mistake from Misaka could have meant death, but she still stalemated Brunhild.
Now, Brunhild was still stronger and faster, but it is impressive Misaka was able to harm a
Wait, stronger
Satan,
and faster?
who are normally
What?
only deployed
Okay,
against
then,
foes
yeah,
capable
yeah,
of leveling
no.
mountains. One such foe, Hell, froze 100 kilometers of ocean.
You'd
But even
think this
theoretically
means
speaking,
Misaka
even if
can
Killua
take
was
on
stronger
all
and
sorts of
faster, she
magic
could take him
baddies.
out, probably.
But alas, the power creep says otherwise.
He's actually serious. When you're dealing with crazy magicians and magic gods, even a level 5 Esper struggles to keep up. Misaka valued her abilities so highly that she struggled to maintain her self-esteem when they weren't enough.
A shame Misaka cares so much about getting stronger when Toma appreciates her as a person first and foremost.
While certainly a flaw, that ever-persistent hard-headedness will also keep Misaka around, no matter the stakes.
So watch out, because this pint-sized 14-year-old is quite literally a walking railgun.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
no.
This episode is sponsored-
No. Killua losing.
Yeah, rip Killua. Like,
I would have
legit.
said Killua.
Legit
because
rip Killua in the chat.
I would have voted for Killua if it was more not one-sided.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
that...
one-sided.
I don't know, man. That's pretty fucking one-sided. I mean, how else can you...
And the only reason I would have voted for Killua is because Killua is the only cool character in Hunter x Hunter that I think is cool so far. Not that cool, but he's cool.
Obviously, I'm gonna be going with Misaka.
And because it's a shitstorm.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
Now the real question is, who do you think's next?
I don't know. Personally, it would be cool if it is possible to get, like... Because I've been thinking about this last night in the death battle. Like, it would be cool if we could possibly see Rock in the death battle. Just because it would be perfect, just because of the frickin', Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie. So it would be perfect, especially
Yeah.
with more info on Rocket.
And you know what I want to see then? If Rocket does come this season, it better be against one person and one person only.
Who's that?
Stitch. If it's not against Stitch,
That would be amazing, but if we just get Rocket in overall, I would be happy with that. But I don't know. I'm hoping that they do go with Rocket, but we should focus on the fight now. I'm at 1441.
let me get there. I'm there.
Okay, then let us commence with the fight in 3, 2, 1, go.
It's time for a death battle!
I heard the soundtrack. It's pretty freaking good.
Hey, that's mine. I've been looking for it all day. Give it here.
You want it? Come and get it. Coins, huh? I had a butler who used these.
Oh.
Like, that's gonna do anything.
Focus. It's a trick of sound, not sight. Gotcha.
Hit stomping commence.
He's good at hand-to-hand. Better keep my distance.
She has stronger lightning. Gotta get in close.
No problem.
Oh, this is pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
The fact that he's just riding a skateboard across building top.
I think that's kind of cool.
That's cool. And he's using a...
That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah, yo-yo. That's
Oh, he's coming.
Now's my chance.
Got what? Oh, come on with that.
You don't know when to quit!
All this over a fucking frog.
Yeah, remember they're both like 14 or 12, somewhere around that age. So they're very petty.
Yeah. Oh! Holy shit!
Catch this!
What?
She's keeping this thing together with electromagnetism, meaning it can be disrupted!
What? Ain't no way.
That would make sense, honestly, only that, because literally lightning, but...
Wait a minute.
See?
Okay, there we go.
Distance, 35 meters. Altitude, 45, 40, now.
Nice.
Yep.
That was
I knew
sick.
I knew it was unfair from the beginning.
Altitude, 45 meters. The second I knew she started saying equations in her fucking head, I was like, oh, it's done.
Electromagnetism, the science.
That was sick, not gonna lie.
Alright, take a breather there, champ.
While Killua's assassin training made him a vicious threat, Misaka's abilities and
Oh, yeah,
know-how
no.
gave
He
her the
was definitely
counter
probably a
she
better
needed
hand
in this
than she was.
mind-numbing battle
Exactly.
of wits.
Killua could survive kilowatt-ton level blasts, and given some leeway, could scale to Yuppie, whose crater feat was worth 18 megatons of TNT.
Impressive, but the storm Misaka created beat anything Killua has done directly.
Yeah.
And given similar scaling to Brunhild, who Misaka not only harmed but stalemated, her output could reach hundreds of megatons of TNT.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Meaning, no matter which numbers are used, Misaka would always have the advantage in raw electrical power.
No surprise there. Killua may have shrugged off 1,000,000 volts of electricity,
But she can
Misaka
make billions.
dish out and survive billions.
Still, both characters have contended with and harmed stronger opponents, and the two power systems they work under have allowed weaker opponents to defeat stronger ones in the past.
So might alone wouldn't net either a win. Plus, Killua was way better at hand-to-hand and physically stronger.
Knowing his crafty assassin skills, things could have gone south for Misaka if she wasn't careful.
But fortunately for the railgun, she was. Her fight with Brunhild shows she knows how to deal with tough, up-close threats while keeping her distance.
And being able to dodge particle beams meant Misaka was more than fast enough to react to even Killua's lightning-quick speed.
Add to that her bigger pool of powers, and she had plenty of ways to counter Rhythm Echo, since Killua was lightning, or just pin him in place long enough to pull
Pause.
up.
Okay, Killua. Physically stronger and better at close range, but too slow to close the gap and can't survive her full power, and he has just a straightforward arsenal. For Misaka, much more powerful electricity, faster reaction and attack speed, better at long range, more versatile abilities and counters, but she cannot compete at hand-to-hand when it comes to Killua anyways. Wow.
Yeah, that was a very obviously shitstorm.
Yeah, let's continue on in 3, 2, 1, go.
For railgun finisher, Killua was strong, but he wasn't gonna outmuscle 6 million tons of iron sand.
No.
Killua was a prodigy in all things Nen, lightning, and killing, but Misaka's varied electro powers, quick reflexes, and scientific brilliance let her cash in a win.
But hey, at least she let Killua keep the change. She Killua-would him.
Oh
The
my
winner
god.
is Misaka Mikoto.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
Thanks for watching. Stay
next?
tuned, we have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Yes! 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 Yes!
When what? He's against Stitch? Let's go.
Oh, yes! Bro,
Right there,
yes.
Rocket versus Stitch.
Yes, yes! I'm so excited for this. I'm so fucking excited for this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a death battle I can get behind.
Exactly. Especially because Rocket is my favorite Guardians of the Galaxy member.
Exactly. We're not going to talk too much about it, but let's talk about the death battle itself first, which is Killua versus Mikasa, or Misaka, not Mikasa, Misaka. That was interesting, I will say. And I hate to say it, but the way they tried to explain it, making like, oh, it isn't so much of a shit stump as it was. No, it still was. Even if they didn't, like, made it to where they had the lightning abilities, I'm pretty sure Misaka probably would have figured out something. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, that was actually better than I thought it was, especially the fight itself. Like, I actually honestly thought they were gonna fall short with showing off what they could possibly do. But I gotta say, I was thoroughly impressed with what they showed. But, now discussing on the next death battle is Stitch versus Rocket, which this will be actually a pretty good one. This actually isn't going to be as so much as a one-sided fight as many people would think. Why?
Well,
because for a couple of reasons. Because on the side of Stitch, he is definitely a lot more durable, because Rocket is, realistically, he is legitimately built like a raccoon. I mean, in multiple situations, he couldn't do shit because of his frail raccoon body. While for Stitch, he can lift an oil tanker up above his head like it's nothing. So Rocket couldn't get up close to Stitch, because if he did, Stitch could just tear him in half. And I believe Stitch's survivability would probably be a lot better. But as far as weapons go and smarts,
I mean,
that would go to, I believe, Rocket.
Yeah, but wait. Wait, what?
And they're both adaptable, but I would definitely say that Rocket's probably more adaptable.
One thing on the death battle coming up that kind of is concerning.
What's that?
I just want to look it up to see.
Well, it's not gonna be confirmed until it's actually legitimately said. So
No, I know.
Do...
I'm looking up to see something, and I looked it up, and yeah, that's tricky.
What's that?
Because apparently there's a thing in one of the comics he tied against Thanos.
In what?
Combat.
Well, combat is different from, because what was he doing specifically? Like,
I don't know.
Was he just crawling around it? Because crawling around Thanos, like, on his body and then hitting him or wearing a suit isn't gonna allow it, because because here's also the tricky thing when it comes to this death battle, because Rocket has so much shit that he has throughout the years of working with the Guardians of the Galaxy and on his own. You know what I mean? And they can't obviously allow Groot because that's outside help. But so it's primarily just going to be him and whatever gadgets that he primarily has on his person. Same with Stitch, because he primarily usually uses those blasters, which there is also another thing that I am wondering about going into this death battle is, are they going to include Kingdom Hearts feats? Because Stitch is in Kingdom Hearts. And you can moan and bitch all you want, but the fact is that he's in that, it proves that they're going to have to mention that. Considering that Rocket is a part of a lot of multiverse of Marvel. Like,
yeah, but you also gotta realize something. You know what it's called?
What's that?
They only go off canon shit. Is Kingdom Hearts canon to actually?
Yeah, but there's lots of other uncanon shit when it comes to Rocket, but everybody's gonna want that non-canon shit to be a part of this. They're not going to,
though.
Are you sure about that? Because in Deadpool versus the Mask, they literally brought in the Continuity Stone, which is non-canon.
Well, sometimes they do, but...
And they brought in the non-canon shit when it came to Goku, like Super Saiyan 4, okay? So, they're very non-consistent when it comes to this, so they might. I'm only mentioning this because of the fact that the feats in Kingdom Hearts can get a bit crazy. Anyways, that being said, though, I am, regardless, excited for this death battle. I'm just curious of how they're going to go about it. But I guess we shall see when the death battle comes out. But I'm excited nonetheless for it. But anyways, though, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Death Battle, Killua versus Misaka, sorry. I may have to watch a certain magical index at some point. That does look pretty interesting. If you guys like this video and would like to see more, give this video a like and subscribe today to see more. And as always, we are your Crypt Keepers, and do come back for another tale, guys. See ya.